How's this for a Greek scene, seaside scene? There's a fishing boat coming in. There's all the parked fishing boats. Very traditional. I arrived here yesterday morning. It took me 5 hours from when I left my flat in Skopje, till I got to my flat here in Larnaca. Exactly 5 hours. That's unbelievable. From the airport I got a bus, €1.50. I only had to go 5 stops. I didn't know the bus stopped, but it stopped right outside my flat. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, 5 hours door to door. No, I was very happy with that. Left at 3:30 in the morning, got here at 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's very traditional, except for scooter. And look, a chopper. Haven't seen one of those for a while. A chopper. Here I am in Cyprus. Sunny Saturday afternoon. I'm staying in Larnaca, but I caught a bus up. A return ticket is €7. Now I'm trying to find. Well, I was looking for the border. I found it. There's a couple of Turks on the other side of that fence. There's the wall. The last divided city in Europe. The Greek Cypriots and the Turk Cypriots started forming guerrilla groups in the 70s, oh no, earlier than that, 50s. Started killing each other. Turkey invaded and took the northern third in 1974. And then the UN came in 1974 to stop the fighting, and all across the island there's this demilitarized zone, or DMZ, and this is, at some parts it's according to Google Maps, it's 7 kilometers wide at one point in the countryside. Even near here, the old Nicosia airport is 5 kilometers wide, is the neutral zone. And in the city here, it's like 200 meters you can pass, but I've got to find the gate to get across. And in this zone, nobody lives. So since 1974 or something, nobody owns. These buildings just fell into ruins. That's the neutral zone. There'd be like a ghost town in there, right in the middle of the city. I just walked down a little side street. I won't film it because it says no photography. There's just a makeshift fence. 2 soldiers standing there, or sitting there, with machine guns. Just a couple of troops sitting on the step with guns, chatting away. And the sign says stop, no photographs. So I'll persevere. I'll get across. Remembering that my feet aren't that good anymore. And if I come to a cypress hill, I'm going to go insane in the membrane. Right, I'm close now. So there's more of those barriers made of 44-gallon drums and some wood. And on the other side, you see the building's just fallen into ruin. That's in the buffer zone. And I'm about a block. I just saw at the end of that street. I'm not going down there, it's all blocked off, and there's soldiers standing there. So I think I'm a block away, but I might walk down here and take the next street. The Multicultural International Centre. UN Sector 2 City Troop. I think they must... I've seen UN vehicles driving around, but there's not as many as there used to be. That looks like that's been deserted for 40 years. Multicultural Innovation Centre. And now it's in the neutral zone. Innovation, yeah, so No wonder that's fallen into ruin. I've walked down this street. As you can see, the fence was put up ad hoc in some places. No parking, embassy reserved area. Access to Vatican Embassy. Oh, there's the embassy for the Vatican. And right outside there's a makeshift wall made of barrels full of concrete, I suppose. And there's a foreboding sign there. Verboten sign, forbidden zone, said in about 5 different languages. A man with a gun. So I say 74, what's that, 80, 90, 45 years. Nobody's lived in these buildings. I'm going to try and find the pass. If I've got my passport with me, you can cross over into the Turkish part. But I've got to find the gate. I've got to find the part where you can cross. I've come down this way and I'll keep looking. Yes, so I was walking down the mall and there's a checkpoint. I thought it might be a bit inappropriate to film. The Greek Cypriots check your passport, then you walk about 100 metres through the neutral zone, and then the Turks check your passport, and then you come out, you're in the mall again. You got the minaret, all of a sudden you got a minaret and a call to prayer. And you might be able to hear it in the background. But the prices change. If I want to eat here, I can change money here. So you walk 100 metres and you've got to go to a money changer.
Ice cream.
Later. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the Turkish Republic of North Macedonia. Allegedly. As I say, recognised by Turkey only. No other country in the world recognises it as a country. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's a little enclave. This island, they found wells where people have made wells and lived in this island, on this island, and they've dated that to about 9 to 11,000 BC. That predates ancient Egypt. The Egyptian civilization. I'm pretty sure that's the Stone Age. People have lived here. And they have evidence of that. And they thought, here's a funny fact, they thought the cat was domesticated by the Egyptians. They recently found a burial site with a body of a man and his cat. And that dated back 9,000 BC. So I think the Cypriots may have domesticated the cat. The most famous person ever born here? Simon Cowell. He was brought up in England, but he was born on Cyprus. And so that's the most famous citizen from the island. I think that's what I read. And everyone's lived here, everyone's ruled here. Kings gave it away. Kings sold it. They've had Egyptians, Phoenicians, Romans, of course, Greeks, Ottoman Empire. The Kingdom of Jerusalem was here. Even the Knights Templar, I think they were from Jerusalem. They ruled here for a while. Mark Antony gave it to Cleopatra as a gift, the whole island. Yes, and they drive on the left-hand side of the road like England, same on this side. And the power sockets are the same as England too, as England took annexed this after the First World War. And then it got independence in the 50s or 60s, but as I say, they couldn't get on. They fought each other until the UN came. So it's an island divided, which is unfortunate, but yeah, very, very old. as I say, Stone Age, they found civilization, signs of communities with wells, and so yeah, that's it. I might start heading back towards the gate, change some money, and have a couple of beers and some food. Distillation set for Cypriot local spirit Zavania. Bit arty-farty down here. There's a wooden chopper. Oh, potatoes, olives. Gee, the produce looks actually quite nice. Looks fresher than what you get at the IGA in Perth. Eggs over there. Yeah, that's in really... fruit and veg look really nice there. Nice and fresh. Efes beer, that must be... that must be Turkish. Oh, that's Donna. Yeah, Donna chips, rice, salad, yogurt, and a pint of beer. €8.50. Yeah. Cheap. That's quite reasonable. Here's an interesting fact. This looks. Why does this look like a Catholic building? It was and it has minarets. Now I read this. This was a Catholic church, a Roman Catholic church, but hundreds of years ago, when the Ottomans ruled Cyprus. They turned it into a mosque. So yes, that's why you have the art. You know, it looks very Roman Catholic-ish, very Christian, but hundreds and hundreds of years ago, it was turned into a mosque. Yes, it would have been this was Nicosia's Roman Catholic cathedral. Now whitewashed, and it's now a mosque. The men are praying over there. This lady just came in. She has to sit at the back near the pillar and pray. But it would have been a very impressive looking church. Well, it still is, but different faith. Anyway, so now this is my first time inside a mosque. You can't say I'm not multicultural. I'm drinking a Turkish beer called Efes. 100% malt beer era. Very, very tasty actually. I like it a lot. There's an old building with guard towers. There must have been midgets they sent up there because they're tiny little funny. I went inside there. It's a beautiful old square. They opened the border. You weren't allowed to cross. I think it was 2003. They opened the border where people can come across. So this bar takes euros, thank God. €3. That's a bit rich. I think it's $5 or a bit less. But yeah, very tasty. The Greek Cypriots have a beer called Kio, which is weak as water, unfortunately. But this one's quite nice. Efes. So this is December. If you had to come to Europe in December, start at Cyprus. It's 21 today. Anyway, Saturday afternoon hang on, let me see if I can get the names right. I think it's the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus.